evaluate the difference quotient, pretty much this fraction for function fx equals x squared. Okay, so when we have fx equals x squared, all that means this x is input and that input's quantity square. We don't write parentheses since we have only one letter here, but this is input square. Okay, so for this fraction, which is called difference quotient, we need to evaluate f of a plus h, f of a, then subtract and divide by h. So looking at this function f at x equals x squared, the second one is easier. When we have input a, the output is input square, and this is pretty much input square. So f of a would be then simply a squared. How about here? Our input is now a plus h, the quantity. So when we have f of input equals input squared, this will be input squared, so it's quantity squared. What is hidden here is this parenthesis around x. Okay, we don't write that, but that's there. Now we need to simplify a plus h squared for further work, because we need to subtract and divide by h. Let's do it. A plus h squared is not simply a squared plus h squared. Now we have to multiply a plus h by itself. It's called FOIL sometimes. First, outer, inner, and last. If we multiply a squared plus ah, ha, which is also ah, plus h squared, and we can combine these two terms, ah plus ah, 2ah. So this one is in fact a squared, 2 copies of ah plus h squared. So we found the ingredients needed on the top. Now let's find this difference quotient. Now f of a plus h minus f of a over h is, okay, this is here a squared plus 2ah plus h squared minus, when there is negative sign minus involved, we need to put parentheses around if there are more than one terms. Okay, but fa is simply a squared, so that's not needed, all over h. On the top we can simplify, because a squared minus a squared just 0, cancel. Then from 2ah plus h squared, we cannot cancel anything yet because we have plus sign. But looking at these two terms, h squared, so we can factor h out. Why do we want to factor? Because then we can cancel with the bottom. So h, then that leaves 2a plus h all over h. Now we are able to cancel after we factor, and the final answer is simply 2a plus h final.